You're advertising gambling to kids no matter. Exactly.
Okay, before we get into it, I just want to address this take from Moist Critical and some ordinary gamers. That streaming on either Twitch or Kick is basically the same thing. They're morally equivalent. Because even though Kick is owned by Stake and might be using their streaming platform to funnel people into their crypto gambling site, Amazon has also done bad things. Okay, I think this is stupid and lacks nuance. So Charlie in this tweet basically says, oh, how are people morally grandstanding? Amazon is also an evil company who has like worker rights violations on their record and they exploit people. So if you stream on Twitch, then you can't say streaming on Kick is bad. But here's my response. So if we assume that Kick is just a funnel for stake gambling, and I don't know if that's true, it seems that it might be. It seems unlikely that it wouldn't play into it at all, at least at some point, if not now. But if that is the case, then streaming for Kick is a direct endorsement for that unregulated gambling. You are promoting that gambling to your audience. There's no two ways about it. Twitch, on the other hand, doesn't exist to promote Amazon's worker right violations. You could maybe argue that it's like a direct endorsement for some Amazon services like Amazon Prime, but they're not funneling viewers to buy slaves. Like, think about it this way. Everyone should agree there's a big difference between being a drug dealer like Scarface or being someone who promotes his drug dealership and working for Apple. These aren't equivalent just because at some point Apple may have had a child work on an iPhone. Now, morally, you can very clearly draw distinctions between these two things. Like, you're not a hypocrite or stupid for thinking that streaming on Kick, you might be directly promoting gambling to your audience, and that you think that's worse than streaming on something like Twitch, even if their parent company Amazon has had some shitty practices. At the end of the day, as shitty as you may think Amazon are, they sell an actual service, an actual product. They provide actual value. On the other hand, slot machines exist just to take your money and in a lot of cases ruin people's lives. You can say, okay, is providing gambling services necessarily bad? Like, it's a vice, but people will seek it out no matter what, right? And that's true. But one, it's the fact that they're unregulated. That's not good. And two, I think it's different when you're directly promoting it or advertising it. Trying to get as many people hooked in, like, that never sat right with me. Like, I live in a country that has some of the worst, like, gambling issues in the world, and it is promoted out the wazoo. You can't turn on the TV without stumbling over a gambling ad. Anyway, forget all the ethics stuff, all right? Let's talk about the money, the financials of all this. So xQc took a bajillion-dollar deal to stream on Kick, right? And I, for the life of me, cannot wrap my head around it. It makes no sense. There's no way he's worth even half that amount to Kick. And keep in mind, he didn't even sign an exclusive deal. He's non-exclusive. He still starts every day streaming on Twitch. I mean, Ninja, who at the time was the biggest streamer in the world, moved to Mixer for what, 40 million? I think that was the speculated number. And Mixer failed horribly. So what makes this different? Well, the suggestion is that Kick is eventually going to use its platform just to funnel people to their gambling website Stake, right? But xQc denies that's a thing.
Are you saying that the reason why Stake is investing heavily into Kick is because they want to build up a competitive live streaming platform, not to market Stake or anything like that, but instead to become a primary force in the live streaming space on its own, with no genuine interest in like driving traffic to stake.com. And they're doing this because ultimately they want to take down Amazon's live streaming market share and become the main monopoly force in the live streaming space.
Yep, that's right.
There's no... I refuse to believe he actually believes this. But apparently he's sticking to it. Like, he claims that they never even discussed gambling as part of the deal. That he doesn't have to do a minute of gambling on Kick. I don't know, man. If that's the case, Kick are retarded. Like, they must have discussed it even through winks and nudges at least. Because if not, then this is total negligence. Like, I know gambling sites print money and they can start up a streaming site like this. But eventually, this streaming venture has to make financial sense. Like, otherwise they'll have to fold. Like, Twitch to this day struggles immensely to balance the books because streaming is just not a profitable venture yet. It costs a lot to run a streaming site. That's why Twitch have been upping their ads, reducing the split of the revenue with their partners, keeping more of the pie for themselves, introducing stuff like bits, stopping ad blockers. Like, they're scrambling to suck up money and lower costs in any way that they can. But you're telling me that Kick can just come in with all the costs associated with streaming, horrible ad revenue because no advertisers trust that platform or any of the shady streamers on it, offer a 95-5 split on sub revenues to the creators, and pay $100 million for a non-exclusive deal for one guy just for him to continue to lose the money? No, something is off. Like, you're telling me they don't have any innovative idea or like a unique way to monetize that separates them from other platforms, and they think they're going to succeed? Think about it. For the average viewer, what does Kick actually offer? They are literally just a worse Twitch. Like, maybe you go there for a bit to watch your favorite streamer. Once he logs off, you're off there too. Like, their biggest streamer, who they paid a giant bag for, has bigger streams on another platform still. I know a lot of these tech companies operated at a loss for ages, but you can at least say a potential path in profitability for them. Twitch had the massive first mover advantage in the streaming / gaming space. They have an ingrained culture, a huge user base, they have connections in the industry, they have the backing of Amazon, and they have a much better, much more functional website. I mean, YouTube is even better, like tenfold. Like, I'm pretty sure they've been profitable for quite a few years now. I'm pretty sure that's basically because of VOD content. Like, I don't think streaming or shorts make YouTube money, but it does keep people on their platform, and it supplements and bolsters and complements their actual money-making machine, which is the VOD content. Where's Kick's path to profitability? They have all the problems Twitch has, and they don't have the ingrained user base, the history, the culture, and even their product is just not unique enough. I mean, their website kind of sucks. Like, you can't rewind live like you can on YouTube. Their mobile app eats a lot of data. So yeah, I don't know. It has to be that they're trying to get people to gamble on their site. Nothing else makes sense, man. Otherwise, best case scenario, and this is like the scenario sent from the head directly from the heavens, is that they will be roughly where Twitch is right now in 5 years' time. And even that seems way too far-fetched. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, xQc got his bag, but I don't know why he's like so hell-bent on defending his platform. That feels odd to me. Alright, guess that's it. See ya.